guys, we're back again. Our glue's all dry, the dye is all dry on the inside. So I've got my pattern laid out again, and what I need to do now is make sure that I'm facing the right way and which side is going to be my outside. So this is facing to be a right hand carry, and my pattern is still in 3 separate pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift out the center piece, which will show me where I need my stitch lines to go. I'm going to just scribe these with an awl. So you can see that it's just a really light line that I'll be able to follow when I make it stitch marks. So we're gonna grab our grooving tool, and again, this is a step that you don't necessarily have to do. I do it because it protects the stitching a little bit, but really it's not 100% necessary, and this is all my tool is. There's other ones that allow you to freehand groove too, and that'll be another one on my list, but it's not available to me at this point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to draw my make my stitch line on the outside all the way around, and that'll leave a little interest here because I'm not going to put stitches here. It's just going to leave a line there, and it'll be kind of add a little to it. The hardest part about using a stitch groover is going around corners. I'm going to start here on the bottom, and I've got it set at about 1/8 of an inch. Strong 1/8 maybe. And this is where it comes in handy to be able to kind of move your work. We just wind up with one nice long string. So there's our stitch groove cut along, quick and easy. When we mark our stitches, we're going to go from this line down to there, and that'll be about it. So you don't, the inside here, I don't think necessarily needs to, because it will be formed around the gun. So I'm not going to put the groove there. I could, I can take my bit out, and I have before freehanded with it, stick it in a vice grip or something to freehand with it. But I'm not going to do that on this because I don't think it's necessarily needed on the inside here. This is pretty well protected by the gun itself. So we've created the groove, put our groover away. The overstitch wheel, which is just has a post sticking up there, and I will start in the corner, and I will put one of those marks exactly in the corner. And I'm going to follow my stitch line here. And right away, I'm going to follow along with my awl and just kind of mark them a little better. Now this tool has other wheels to put stitches at different spacing. And this is a spacing that I like for the thread that I use. Now we're just going to go around the outside. When you come to the corner, you need to use very light pressure because it will gouge into that leather there. And same thing here. When I first started into leatherworking, I didn't have all the tools that I have now. I started and accumulated tools as I went. Everything I do is on a budget, so I was buying. You find trusted sellers on eBay, and you certainly, I don't have any problem buying off of eBay, but that's sometimes what you got to do. So there we are. All our stitch marks are marked. I always start at the top when I start my stitches, my stitch line, because that's probably the most noticeable place. here we go. I have all my holes marked. I am going to use my drill. I could have also gone around and used a pricking iron just to mark the holes, just lightly press it in, and my spacing would have been nice and even as well. And that's probably the biggest trick, is to keep your spacing even. Down in the bottom corners here, it's less noticeable if it's not even, which is why I always end down in the bottom corner. So I'm going to set up my drill press and get these drilled out. The main reason I'm using the drill is this is really thick. If I take a ruler and measure it, we are at 9/16 of an inch thick, almost 3/8 of an inch. So that's really thick leather to be trying to hand punch. Not that I can't do it, but you know, with my arthritis and stuff, it gets pretty painful and it takes me forever to get it done. So I'm going to set up my drill press and then I will drill these holes. I've shown it before. I'll probably put a little blurb of it in here just so you can kind of see it. And then we'll be ready to stitch. So hang on. Before we stitch too, we're going to cut in our belt slots, so hang out for that.